Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for checking out my channel. On this episode, I'm going to talk about 6 months on the wrist with my Vacheron Constantin Overseas 4520V with the blue dial. Now, I'm not sure if you're like me, but when I get a new watch, it doesn't matter if it's a $300 watch or a $30,000 watch. I go through what's called that honeymoon phase, which I think a lot of watch collectors do. That first month or two, the watch is perfect. You wear it every day. But after that month or so, you start to notice the little minor flaws in the watch. Maybe the bracelet starts digging into your wrist and it becomes uncomfortable when you wear it all day. Maybe the watch isn't as accurate as you were hoping it was going to be. Maybe the lume isn't as good as you were hoping it was going to be. Little small things. You still love the watch, but it's not perfect anymore. So it's moved into the watch rotation, where you're wearing it every other month or every other week, however your watch collection, your rotation goes. So then why, after 6 months on the wrist with my Overseas, am I still in the honeymoon phase with it? My name is Shane Walls and I make my living as a fine art nature photographer and explorer. I've come to truly depend on my tool watches when I'm out in the field. Whether it be timing my hikes or timing my camera exposures, tool watches are an intricate tool in my photography process. And these episodes on this channel are based on my amateur watch collecting journey as I search for that ultimate tool watch. Now, by no means the Overseas is a perfect watch. It does have its downsides, which we'll cover here now because I know how YouTube loves the negatives first. But the negatives of this watch, the flaws of this watch, actually endear it to me for the most part. And the first flaw of this watch is if you look at it cross-eyed, it scratches. For a lot of people, that is a huge negative. I enjoy that. I love the look of this watch, beat up, scratched up. And even after having this watch for a week or so, not even taking it out in the field, it got extremely scratched very quickly. So if that is one of the things, if you want to keep this watch pristine, this shiny polished bezel, again, you look at it cross-eyed, it scratches. The other downfall of this watch is its price. Now, I was very fortunate 6 months ago, 7 months ago when I got it, the price was a lot lower. That was before the tariffs and the price hikes. This watch is now about, with taxes, it's roughly about $4,000 more expensive than when I got it. Now, when I originally purchased this, I think that price was fair for this watch. The overall design, the craftsmanship, the finishing is second to none. Holy Trinity watch. It's absolutely exquisite. Timekeeping on this, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, absolutely incredible. But for a time and date watch, I know there's more to it than that. However, though, the price tag of it now, I think, is a little steep. The third negative, this watch in this configuration is getting harder and harder to get. Talking with some ADs, they're not getting as many as they used to. I'm not sure if they're not shipping them to the US now with this extra tariff or if it's something else. As well as I've been talking to people on the wait list. I have a friend waiting for this. They just got a call from their AD that instead of it being a year, 18 months, it's now gonna be about 2.5 years till he gets his. So his was just extended. I'm not sure why that is. Again, I can just speculate. However, though, that does have to go down as a negative. You can't just walk into an AD anymore and get these. Me personally, I waited about a year for this watch. Talking with others, though, that is growing that with the price hike, which is making this watch more and more unattainable, which is a shame because this is a spectacular timepiece. Now, this next negative, I'm actually taking as a positive because this watch is somewhat of a sleeper and not too many people recognize it. It does fly under the radar, which is great. When it doesn't fly under the radar, though, however, mostly with watch enthusiasts, they think it's a PRX watch, which is great. It's the best of both worlds. I've been stopped over the 6 months, it's been a good handful of times, people asking me about this watch. most of them thinking it's a PRX. So that's great news. I like that. It flies enough under the radar, but I can still interact with watch enthusiasts. And when they do find out it's a Vacheron, we can talk even more about it. Before I jump into all the known highlights of this watch, its absolute beauty, its incredible accuracy, I want to talk real quick about something I didn't realize I was getting with this watch when I purchased it. And that is a great relationship with a fun watchmaking company, Vacheron, and Vacheron's ADs. Ever since I got this watch, the AD has been contacting me for little local events they do at their shop, which I didn't expect that, and I've never heard that really from, never got that from Rolex, never got that from Tudor, Omega, nothing like that. And given I understand Vacheron just makes 100th, if even less than that, watches than Rolex does, and has that same clientele number, a lot less than Rolex. This has just been a fun thing that I got this watch, and just a few, maybe 2 or 3 months later, I get an invite to a special whiskey mixing event where I got to go to the AD, and they had, mixologists making special whiskey, or they take a bunch of very top shelf whiskeys and they mixed them a little bit to fit your perfect profile or your taste that you like in your whiskey. It was a blast. They invited a lot of their collectors, so you got to meet and talk with other Vacheron enthusiasts at their shop. They were there, they had special pieces in that you couldn't usually see. And it was just a fun event that I wasn't expecting. And you get this almost quarterly with Vacheron, as well as too, the AD I work with. It's kind of fun that they'll call you up. I get a call from them maybe at least once a month or so. They're not trying to sell me on anything. They're just saying, hey, we have this timepiece in, like this one now. This one just came out a couple days ago. The Tourbillon of the Overseas. It says it's not for sale, but if you just like to see it and hold it in your hand, I think it's $160,000 watch. They know they know I can't buy that. They know I can't afford that. But they're still contacting me just to say, hey, if you want to see this, we have it in stock for you to look at. They also did that with their pocket watch. That was a couple months ago. They had one in the store and they just called me up just to see it. And that's been very special. On that note of Vacheron, the watchmaker, and their AD, another plus that came with this watch that I truly wasn't expecting. After about 3 months of owning the watch, I was talking to my AD representative and just telling her, how accurate it is, all this stuff, how I'm wearing the watch. She invited me to send the watch into Vacheron and they can change the timing of the watch to match my actions or how I wear the watch. No other watchmaker has ever offered that to me, and I thought that was really cool. Free of charge. So if you wear your Vacheron watch, again, I'm assuming all the ADs do this, you start to realize how you wear it, if it's going to be fast or slow or whatever it might be. If you don't wear it that much, it might be a little slow. If you wear it a lot, it might be a little bit fast. However it is, we're only talking seconds here, but either way, they will then offer to change the timing of that watch ever so slightly, just so it keeps better time to relate to you, to match your activity. I thought that was amazing. No other watch company's ever offered me that, and I've owned at least 40, 50, 60 watches from a lot of different companies. No one's ever offered me that. Again, I know you're kind of paying for that, but that I thought was really, really cool. I didn't take her up on it because I have this figured out now that we'll move into accuracy of this watch. I didn't take her up on it because I can have the knowledge now to keep this day accurate. And the method I do is, as I wear it, if I wear it, because usually this watch is so easy to wear, I have it on pretty much every waking moment I'm up, the watch is on my wrist. The thinness of it, that's another great plus. It's so easy to wear with either a suit, even a jacket, a sweater, when I'm taking my backpack off, when I'm out in the field. My other watches, it does catch. This one, it doesn't, because it's so thin. It's a great part of this watch that I wasn't thinking about. Back to that accuracy of the watch. Since I'm wearing it so much, it usually runs on my wrist a tiny bit fast. So when I'm not wearing it, I just set it on its side and it loses that half second or a second. If it doesn't quite, I can do it the next day. So after the 6 months of wearing this watch, and I think I've only taken it off for about a week because I've been testing out the power reserve, which it is dead on 60 hours. But since the 6 months of wearing this watch pretty much continuously, it's day accurate. I haven't had to reset it. And when I did, the 2 times I had to reset it, touch base with it real quick because everyone talks about it, that it doesn't have hacking seconds. It's so easy, even without hacking seconds, to get perfect timing. The craftsmanship of this watch, you turn it, the crown, about 6 to 10 times, and the seconds hand will start going. So all you need to do is when you're setting the watch, you have your phone, your G-Shock, or whatever you are to set the time, your other mechanical watch. As soon as the seconds hand is about 10 seconds from hitting where exact time is, you just start winding the overseas, and 6 to 10 turns, which, I mean, you can do that. You figure out exactly how it's going to be. The seconds hand will start. So it's pretty much just as good as hacking. And since it's so well built accuracy-wise, you just rest it certain places at night. It's a day accurate watch. It's incredible, the accuracy. To keep piling on the positives, this watch is so much more robust than a lot of people think. I have hit this on rocks, trees. I go hiking with it. It's been out in the field most of the time that I've owned it. And embarrassingly enough, this has been dropped. No issues. Yes, it was soft dirt that it fell onto. You can tell by this little ding right here. It's a lot more robust. This is a dress watch at heart. It can do 2 things. Bumping it, hitting it, I've had no issues. It keeps great time, even through all the hell I've been putting it through. Legibility is amazing on this watch. The simplicity of it, that quick look to the wrist, you can see everything you need to see. The white date background makes it very easy to see the date quickly, even at low light. The lume, I'll be honest, the lume's not the best. I wouldn't count it as a negative though. It's long lasting, however, it does take a while to charge. You do need to be out in the sun with it, or you need to have a flashlight on it for a good minute or 2 to really get that lume to last long. Now I can go on and on about the main attribute of this watch, just its craftsmanship, its elegance, its sheer beauty, refinement, but I'm not sure my vocabulary can do it justice. I'll just have to say, this is one of the most, to simplify it, this is one of the most beautiful watches. The blue dial is just mesmerizing. It's never the same color. It's always changing. It's never flat. It's got so much contrast and depth. It's going from a dark blue to a light blue to a purple to a black. The sunburst quality of it, it's always changing. The dial, it looks like it's a meter deep. It's got so much contrast and detail. It's absolutely incredible dial. I've never seen a watch with so much depth in the dial. The constantly changing blue color, the contrast of the white gold indices and the white date window, it's incredible. Now this is one of the most beautiful watches, and I haven't gotten tired of it in any way, shape, or form. Every time I look down at this watch, I can't tell, that puts a smile on my face. Just an elegant, gorgeous, gorgeous watch. You know, when you look at your wrist to check the time and you're caught just looking at how well designed, and let's just use this, dumb it down, just how beautiful this timepiece is, and you forget to check the time, you have to go back for the second time. That happens all the time with this watch. And once again, I can go on and on and on about this watch. This video would be, you know, an hour long if I just talk about all the highlights. That's why I'm still in the honeymoon phase. 6 months later, this watch is still incredible. How do I put this? The wearability of this watch is by far its best function. It is so easy to wear. The thinness of it, you can wear with anything. The elegance of it, you can wear it out in the field, or you can wear it to a very, very formal event. It just wears so easily. It's so comfortable, and that it comes with 3 straps. I'll be honest, when I first got this watch, I wasn't really into the 3 straps, the rubber and the leather and the bracelet. I thought it was kind of a gimmick. Not at all. I totally take that back. It's like having a whole new watch in a way. Rubber straps, extremely comfortable, looks good, feels good. You can wear this watch for days without taking it off. A leather strap isn't my favorite. I prefer brown. You can get that, but I think it's like $500, and I think it's even more elegant with just the bracelet itself. But in the future, I probably will get the brown leather strap because it does look so nice on it. The metal bracelet is by far the most comfortable bracelet I've ever worn with any watch. And since every link is removable, you can get the perfect fit. And by getting that perfect fit, the micro adjustments, they will self-deploy the micro adjustments to fit my wrist how I need. As you know, if it's heat, if I'm hiking, my wrist will expand a little bit. So will the watch. It makes it truly a very, very comfortable watch. Those 3 straps keeps this watch fresh. I don't want to say it's 3 different watches. It's not, but you don't need that with this watch. It's got everything: robustness, toughness, accuracy, and looks. And in the world today, with products and companies building products to have shorter and shorter lifespan, it's nice to know there's still a few watchmakers out there that it is really about the quality and the craftsmanship of their timepieces. It says a lot to me that Vacheron backs up this watch with an 8-year warranty, as well as recommended services every 10 to 12 years. The other Holy Trinity watches, the 2 other ones, Patek and AP, can't even come close to that. And like always, it really comes down to the enjoyment, the wrist enjoyment, and if it puts a smile on your face. And I can 100% say this watch does that every time. I wake up in the morning, and I don't want to sound too much like a watch geek, but I look forward to getting up in the morning and walking over to the watch box and grabbing this watch. I feel like the day hasn't begun until I have my Vacheron watch on. And it doesn't matter if I'm going to the supermarket to buy something, doesn't matter if I'm going out in the field, hiking 20 miles for the day, gonna be camping that night, or if I'm going to a gallery event that night. It doesn't matter. This watch can go anywhere, do anything. Tuxedo, t-shirt, it doesn't matter. This watch goes well with anything. I am so, so impressed with this watch. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Cheers.